Well, hello everyone. I'm really excited about this and really nervous at the same time. I've never done this, but I've had so many people want to do my candy dispenser. This project was inspired by Pinterest, one of my addictions, and I want to share it with you. So let's get started. Today I'm using a piece of white daisy, close to my heart, cardstock, and you can make the entire box from one sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock. I am going to take my cutting blade out of my cutter and replace it with a scoring blade. And then I'm going to line up my paper on the 5-inch mark and score all the way across. Now, I'm going to take my paper out and turn it the other way. Right here, at the 2 3/4 mark, I'm going to go just an inch past the 5-inch mark. So I'll end at 6 inches. And then I'm going to slide this in some more to the 5.5. Now I noticed that with the white daisy cardstock, do not go over it more than once because it will actually, it's so fibrous, it will cut it. So once again, down to the 6-inch mark. And then I'm going to move it over to the 8 1/4 inch mark. So at the 8 1/4 mark, I'm going to score from the top, but this time go all the way down to the bottom. And then the last one on this direction is at the 11-inch mark. Okay, now we're going to flip it back around. And we only have one score line here, and that's at the 5-inch mark. We're going to go to the 6-inch mark, and we're going to only do a little bit. We're going to go a score to right here to the score mark horizontally, lift up, and start again at the next one, and follow it all the way across. I don't know if you can see that very well, but you should have a space right here. We're going to move it down to 7 3/4, and right here we're going to go 1 inch past the last spot here. And it doesn't have to be exact at this moment. Then we're going to move it down another inch, so that will be at the 8 3/4 mark, and go the same distance. Move it down to the 9 3/4 inch mark. Are you seeing the pattern here? 1 inch there. And it's coming to that same spot. Okay. We're going to replace our score blade with the cutting blade. And we're going to insert it in the same direction with the 5-inch mark. We're going to line it up at the 6-inch line or measurement. And then, starting from this direction, you're going to cut carefully until this 8 1/4 mark right up here. Lift up, and then at the 11-inch, you go across. We're going along that exact score line right here. At this point, I'm going to turn my paper, and so at the 7 1/4, if you were thinking in mathematical terms, you're going to cut that. Now you have two pieces. This is the section that just came off. We're going to set this aside and make our box top with that. This is what your piece looks like at this point. We have one more spot that we have to cut. And that is right here from this section 2 3/4 to the 5 1/2 mark, we're going to do one cut between. And then between those two score marks, you're going to carefully cut. Okay, now your paper should look like this. Okay, so you have a little flap here, and you have these. I'm going to set that aside now. I'm going to pull out my microtip scissors. And I'm actually going to take the spot that has the little flap. I'm going to cut that out. Alright, so now you're going to start from the bottom. And we're actually going to cut this kind of like a T out. You're just going to cut along this score line, and then cut that piece out from that score line. And then you're going to come right here. You have one square and then two squares. Then you have a rectangle. You're going to cut that rectangle out. And when I get to that spot, I'm going to keep cutting until I get to that 5-inch score line. Alright, now we're going to follow on this edge and make it look like this side. So, once again, on this score line, we're going to go down till we meet the next score line. Cut that little section out. Skip this square and the next square. And then we're going to cut this rectangle out. And continue up to that 5-inch mark, just like we had before. Okay. Whew. At this point, this is what your paper should look like. So you have a T, you have a flap here, and a flap here, and a flap here. Now I'm going to fold this T right here, because we have a square here and a square here. With your paper up like this, you're going to go from this inside corner to the outside edge, just like that. And so now you have two triangle flaps. I'm going to move my fingers so I don't cut them off, and repeat that over here. Okay, so without unfolding it, this is what your box should look like right now. And now that's what it looks like. This concludes the first section of Dari's Close to My Heart Candy Dispenser tutorial. Please join me again for the second part. I can't wait to show you how to finish this. Thanks for joining me. Bye.